We here at the International Federation of the Red Crescent believe that we do a large amount of work in global health, and for this reason we would like to apply for the grant that you are offering. While we are affiliated with the International Red Cross, there are large regions of the world where we are the exclusive access point for both of these organizations. These regions include most of the Middle East, Africa, and large amounts of Southeast Asia. These are also the regions that have been most hit by global health crises in the last few years. This has resulted in a large need for health aid in these areas. We work with both trauma-based issues and environmentally based issues. For this reason, our response is usually two-pronged. This means that we start with disaster response and then we move on to education and maintenance programs. Over the last 5 years, we have worked in Palestine and braved rocket strikes to take care of injured people. We have entered Syria and aided refugees with health concerns, both physical and mental. We have established refugee camps to help ensure that any migration into other areas of the world is done at the healthiest point possible, and provided aid to many different countries. We have faced cleanup and sanitation issues, such as earthquakes like the one in Nepal, tsunamis like the recent one in Indonesia, bombings in the Gaza Strip, Syria, Damascus, and even on the border of Turkey, airstrikes in the same areas, and even the Ebola crisis in parts of Africa. Throughout all of this, we have worked on ensuring that we help to eliminate the practice of female circumcision, also known as female genital mutilation. We've ensured that 90% of the patients who have come to us for tuberculosis and other preventative diseases have finished their courses of treatment, even in war-torn and extremely impoverished nations. And we have ensured that countless communities have had access to clean food and water. In many of our disaster regions that we have responded, we have physically removed injured people from the rubble before being able to treat them. We have ensured that neonatal and mother mortality does not rise after a crisis by ensuring that delivery is done in the healthiest and most sanitary way possible. And we have ensured that basic sanitation has been available to those in the hardest hit areas. This has helped keep the disasters more controlled, met the needs of the global community, and ensures that each and every region has been dealt with properly and taken care of. In many regions, we are perceived as having a much more religious or culturally connected relevance. This has led to a positive response in regions where cultural connections may make it difficult for organizations to gain trust and traction or access, such as Muslim regions where it may be difficult to make contact with women for other organizations. In many areas, we work with communities to help reduce infectious diseases, such as tuberculosis, Ebola, and HIV. By stemming the transition of these diseases, we help not only that community, but the community in surrounding areas who may come in contact with them as well. At great risk to themselves, our members have literally moved injured refugees, shielded children at risk of dying, and raised health standards for many different communities. We have no qualms with entering areas of unrest and serving those who are at the most need. Within the refugee camps, we ensure that people learn about proper food hygiene, food storage, and water cleanliness. This helps prevent many outbreaks that could lead to larger health crisis outbreaks due to infectious diseases. In more war-torn areas, we run health clinics that may be the only form of women's health care or health care for primary health for many hundreds of miles. We also use these to help elevate women's health, children's health, and village health. By doing this, we ensure that each generation will be healthier and have a better chance at the future. Finally, we participate in local health by organizing blood drives, educational seminars, and training people in first responder techniques. We also work at both the local and global level to ensure that basic medical supplies are available in communities. We believe that these response, treatment, and preparation techniques will lead to a much stronger health response across the globe. We focus on tracking information to follow trends and respond to those trends rather than sitting back and observing other information. This allows us to move our supplies and our resources as they are needed and do the most good. Unlike other organizations, we try and focus primarily on the initial outbreak as well as ensuring that everything continues for years afterwards. In this way, we continue to ensure that the communities we work within have a higher standard of health, a higher standard of living, and will continue to go on and be healthy and prosper. We would like to thank you for your time, and here at the International Federation of the Red Crescent, we appreciate the consideration that you're giving to us.